I hope everybody can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Yes, and we are live. So, Shalika,
Sure.
please.
Hi, everyone. We'll just give a few minutes for the staff to join in, and we'll start at 4:30 with the broadcast. So we'll just give a few minutes. I think we can start now. Good evening, everyone. I'm Salika from the HR team, and I would like to welcome you all to our annual Sri Lankan Town Hall meeting. The presenters of the meeting are Nurin, our CEO, Kazmina, Ryan, Manoshi, Sajida, Zulifa, Pradeep, and Madhya. Before we start, for the staff, please ensure you type your name on the event page where it says "Say Something" to mark your presence for the meeting this evening. If you have any questions during the presentation, please feel free to type your question on the right-hand side chat box of the broadcast. We will gather the questions, and the appropriate presenter will answer all general questions at the end of the meeting during our Q&A session. For the presenters, please have your mic muted until your turn to present, and also mute after you have presented it. I will go briefly through the agenda now. In the meeting, we will start with the long-term vision for the company and long-term vision for the staff presented by Nurin. Second will be results that matter by Nurin and Ryan. Number 3 will be what is coaching presented by Kazmina along with Madhya and Pradeep. Next is DCA and new businesses presented by Sujita and Zulifa. The HR update will be presented by Manoshi and myself. And last will be the Q&A where all of you can ask questions from the presenters. To begin this meeting, I would like to welcome Nurin, our CEO, to talk a little bit about the long-term vision for the company and long-term vision for the staff. Hi, Nurin, and welcome this evening.
Hi, Salika. Thanks for hosting this and having me today. I really appreciate you taking the time and the effort in doing this. First of all, welcome everyone for our first town hall meeting in 2015. I just wanted to take some time to share with you a few words, and I am not going to kind of cover what we already covered in our last town hall, where we talked about where we came from and where we are today. We also spent a lot of time talking about our values. Today I'm going to keep my remarks brief, and I'm going to focus on where we are going. In terms of where we came from, we started out as busy moms and tried a lot of things, and eventually in 2008 stumbled upon what we now call Equa, which is a full-service marketing service for doctors, right? All the way from websites to SEO, social media, where they stay with us year after year, and we are pretty proud to say that close to 90% of our clients stay with us every year. And along the way, just like in 2008, when we were forced to discover Equa, we realized that for us to be a strong company long term, we have to again, think big and think bold and grow our business. Also, when I started this firm, I really had the idea that you don't need to be in Silicon Valley, or you don't need to, work in a big name corporation to make a difference. I really felt people working from home from all over the world can make a difference by thinking, by growing, and by focusing on things. So in terms of the long-term vision for the company, my vision is to have a business that's at least 10 to 20 times bigger than what it is today in the next 10 to 20 years. And I want a business that's here for a long time in terms of working from home, where everybody works from home and does something that they love. And at the same time, the company is strong and vibrant. So in that journey, we started diversifying our business maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, and we tried something called Entrepreneur.MD. And it failed beautifully. It failed, 100%. But in those ashes, in those failures, we learned a lot of valuable lessons as to what to do and what not to do. So we are ever more committed to growing our business and trying to diversify what we do. This way also providing opportunities for leaders and our people to grow and evolve and take on key positions in the company. But some of the lessons we learned is when we are starting something new, we have to start with a small team. We have to first figure out what's working and what's not. We can't force, a business. It has to we have to discover it. So anyway, so there's a lot of lessons we learned. In terms of my vision for the staff, I really believe that people can do amazing things. I believe that, whether it's Gandhi or, any of those people we consider great, they were just like you and me. They evolved, they grew, and I really believe that it's the senior management's job is to help people evolve, help people grow, and help people reach for the stars, because if our people are reaching for the stars, we as a company will be reaching for the stars. And the space that we operate in technology, if we don't reach for the stars, if we don't change the world, we get left behind. So in some sense, I'm very excited about who we are and how we work. On the other sense, it's required for us to do so, because if we don't do that, then we will become irrelevant as the future unfolds. So when we talk about growing the business and expanding, I'm talking about growing Equa, not just the VIP product, but also creating additional marketing products, going into other verticals like law and accounting. So when we talk about additional marketing products, one of the products we are working on is a product that helps clients figure out their return on investment by helping them analyze their calls. So that's one way we will grow. Also, we will take moonshots, so meaning crazy ideas that are kind of related to our business, but not really. And we'll talk more about that later on in the presentation. One such product is Doctor's Choice Awards. Also, we'll be trying new products. So Zulaifa will talk a little bit about that, about some of the products that we are testing out. And when we are testing out a product, we don't expect it to work. We just have a good idea and we just see where it leads us. And if it does lead us somewhere, then we'll make it into a product and we'll grow it. Ryan will talk a lot about goals, and that's really key, because the big difference between 2014 and 2015 is in 2014, only a few people had goals assigned to them. And the good thing of that is that we were able to stabilize and make our business strong. But the downside is we didn't give opportunities for people to grow and really make a difference. So what we are trying to do in 2015 is to make it very clear to people exactly what are the impact areas they can work on. So if you are a particular team manager or a team member, we will try our best to really make it clear to you, here are 3 or 4 things you can do that will make a big difference for the company. And therefore, you know what you can do to make a difference. And what we are hoping for is you will focus more of your thinking, more of your attention on those types of things. Therefore, what you are doing directly benefits the company. Now, this is a new process for us, so it's going to be tough. and it's going to be a change in how we do things and how we think about things. So we expect it to take a while before it really settles in and before everybody really starts, making a ton of impact as we think about the overall business. We'll also touch on coaching, and coaching, I really believe, is extremely important. I believe that the best CEOs and the best leaders in the world had coaches, and there's a reason for it, because as the world evolves, we as individuals have to evolve. As our businesses grow, we have to grow. So, for example, when we had 30 clients for Equa, I kind of knew every single client, and I could, deal with any situation. But when we realized once we get to 100 clients, you need processes, you need systems. But then we are realizing that now as we get into different verticals, different markets, different types of clients, now we need to go to the next level and evolve our business even further. So how we treat an attorney is different from how we treat a chiropractor, and what we do for them is also different. So we are realizing, in addition to processes, having leaders who are capable of making those decisions and making things happen in their respective areas is also critical. So I really believe that coaching is a critical part of what we do. And we took Kazmina, who has been with us for a long time, and we asked her to kind of become the company coach. So she's going to talk about her experience, and a few people who have had some coaching, they're also going to talk about their experience. So that's just my introduction. I will be, sharing my comments as we go through the presentation. I hope you can see the slides, and feel free to ask your questions, and we'll get to them at the end. Once again, thank you for a great 2014, and I'm really looking forward to an amazing 2015.
Thank you, Naren. Next, I would like to welcome Ryan, head of Busy Moms Equa Operations, to talk a bit more about results that matter. Hi, Ryan.
Hi, thank you, Salika. Thank you, Naren, and welcome everyone to the 2015 Town Hall meeting. Like Naren said, in 2014 and in previous years, we as a team have always worked on day-to-day course or our day-to-day routine. Most of you never knew the kind of impact your work truly had in making our clients' practices and businesses grow. So every backlink added, every article written, every web page that was published did help our clients' business grow. But there was no direct link that could be measured, which helped us determine the individual impact each employee had in making the company, that's Equa, grow. We realized that yes, clients were happy when we delivered them results. So those results were based on the routine work, like I said, the adding of the backlinks, the articles, the banners, the work the support teams did, and all of that. But we thought, how could we link those results to our company growth? And more importantly, how do we evaluate and reward staff accordingly based on their impact? So in 2015, we identified for each team specific metrics which can be measured and which could directly be linked back to the company's growth, as well as the employees' own growth in terms of the skills they acquired and the performance in which they implemented their day-to-day work. I'm putting a link in the chat right now, which we created for operational staff. Likewise, each department would have a similar tracker to grade the impact of each employee. So this will give you an idea of where we are at. Let me just put that up. Now, some of the metrics, I'll just give you a brief overview of what this tracker tries to accomplish. Some of these metrics include client retention, the number of upgrades we got, the number of referrals or testimonials we can acquire. Now, all of this helps our company grow. Okay, so some of you may ask, okay, how can I, as a webmaster, which pretty much do not communicate with any client, have an impact in the growth of the company? So, taking that example of a webmaster is responsible for banners, making sure we create pages and so on. But the webmaster can have an impact by creating an amazing banner, a creative banner, or developing a new web-based product. Or a webmaster can simply do a task that is error-free and deliver it faster than the client expected. In these cases, the work a webmaster does can certainly result in a client praising the team and the work we do through a testimonial. That same testimonial can be later used for marketing purposes, or it may simply make the client happy to an extent where the client would refer his or her friends as clients to us, which in turn helps our company grow. Again, doing all of this does have a fallback effect on the employee as well, because the employee then has to think about, how do I improve myself? How do I improve the work I do and the output that I give into this company? So now I do want everyone to remember that don't go chasing behind testimonials or upgrades and ignore your routine work. The routine work helps lay the foundation which will help you to build upon to to have that better impact, or to have that great impact in the company. Now, some of you may also think that, okay, if you were to look at the individual goals that are assigned to the teams, that these are impossible goals. Like, how do I retain 90% or 95% of my clients? How do I get 5 referrals or 5 upgrades? Or how does the external SEO team, which again, like the webmaster, does not communicate with the clients, how can they get a testimonial? The thing is, if you really focus on it and if you really think about it, any work, even the work done by the backend teams, can have an impact, and the client can praise it through a testimonial, or it can directly link to the client business frame, which can later be linked back to an upgrade or referral. For an example, when I joined Equa, I did not know how to start a Yahoo account, and that's real. I did not know the meaning of SEO. So don't think that nothing is impossible, because if you really put your mind to it, you can achieve anything.
I just wanted to second what Ryan said. As we make this transition where everybody knows how they can have an impact, definitely make sure that the systems and the processes we created are followed. But at the same time, use your own imagination, work with your managers in figuring out, within the impact areas that's identified for each team, what are some of the things that you can do that will make a difference, right? So for example, if you're on the external SEO team, if a client's ranking is not really great, but the work you do, make sure that the client is ranking for most of the key search terms that they are interested in. And they see that, they notice that now, and they mention that in their testimonial or in their NPS survey. Now that's an impact that you personally are responsible for having. So really, we want everybody to start thinking about how they can make a difference, regardless of the team they are in, and then focus on those things to make that difference, right? And obviously, this also means you have to work with others, right? You have to work with, client coordinators, webmasters, because sometimes you need their help as well. But every single person can make a difference, and it's going to be tough because we are not used to it. For years and years and years, we never really communicated to individual people what they can do to make a difference. Therefore, they never really were used to focusing on it. Now that we are, it'll take a bit of time, but just stay with it. Just focus on how you can have an impact, and learn from each other, right? If one person in your team is doing something amazing, then figure out how they are doing it, and hopefully you can also learn from that. So the idea is that we as a group and as individuals can continue to grow. And if you have any questions, always reach out to Ryan, myself, and like Ryan said, he's only looking at all the Equa ops staff, so that's around 100 plus people. Now, anybody who's not in those teams, that will be done separately with your managers.
Thank you, Naren and Ryan. As many of you are aware, we have launched our remarkable coaching program at Busy Moms Equa, which is conducted by Kazmina, our coaching expert. Hi, Kazmina. Would you like to tell us more about what coaching is?
Yes, Alika, thank you. Let me first start with today I'm going to talk a bit about coaching and what exactly is coaching all about. I understand most of our staff thinks, oh, this is more work for us, or adding more burden on us, on top of what we already have to do daily. In true sense, coaching is all about listening to you, understanding your issues and challenges, and then coach you, guide you, and help you to overcome such situations by getting you to focus and come up with your own solutions. This is a way of tapping into your inner strength and ability. All of us have our own strengths and weaknesses, but we don't know how to bring out our strengths or to find ways to work on our weaknesses. Through the coaching program, we are trying to help people to discover their capabilities and work on their weaknesses. As a result, this will help them to perform better in their jobs. Now I'm going to talk about the benefits you can have through coaching. The great benefit of coaching is that you are very likely to see quick positive results as an outcome. This is because coaching is participative and people tend to learn and adopt new habits more easily when they are actively engaged in the learning process. As soon as a coaching session ends, you can implement a new practice. The process is entirely devoted to you, to address your issues and challenges and help you attain required results. One great benefit you can have in coaching is that it takes place over an extended period of time and it keeps you constantly challenged and encouraged to work on issues that need improvement. By constantly doing better, you practice good habits, and the more you practice, the more natural it becomes to automatically change and improve your behaviors. A few of the benefits, coaching benefits are it improves performance, targets and goals, increase openness to personal learning and development, overcome personal obstacles, increase ability to identify solutions to work-related issues, the opportunity to correct behavior performance difficulties, maximize individual strengths. So to talk more about benefits of coaching, Pradeep, over to you. Thank you.
Hello, thank you, Kasmina. I'm going to talk about guidance extended to me by senior management and how I have changed my path based on that. 2 months back, I joined the coaching program conducted by Kasmina, and it has pointed me to the right direction. Now I know how to be a manager. It is really helping me to reorganize my team and go for maximum results. So I am applying same methods to improve performance of my team. As example, I introduced a new method for webmaster to certify self-checking the tasks they are doing. This is to encourage them to check their own work and to make sure it is 100% error-free. Also, that is helping us to reduce common mistakes done by webmasters, and they are becoming independent and responsible for their own work. As the result, it is helping to reduce wastage in terms of time. Also, I have implemented option to mention the time taken for each task in the same self-checking tracker. It helps me to identify the time taken by webmaster for each task and helping me to guide the team to do the task within the time frame actually it should take and cut wastages. Not only that, we have started monitor all of our client sites other than requirements sent in by clients to improve their website. So monitoring and fixing common issues which can directly affect for SEO. Now I have time to manage my team as I'm planning my daily to-dos. So I think I have recognized the people who are having special skills and guiding and leading them to build the top class webmaster team. So I have started grading webmasters based on their performance, and they are also will get benefit from that. So far, we have started a different journey to make our clients happy by improving their website with the hopes that will help us to keep them with us year after year. Also, we are in the process of moving into the mobile app development market and offer those to our clients. So we have set up targets, apply solution to achieve them, and we are on our way to meet the targets. Actually, this is my first meeting that I am addressing all the staff in this company. So I think this is because of the coaching program. It is helping me to reorganize and develop my confidence. So I strongly believe I am able to do what I am doing now through the coaching program, and I recommend this program to anyone who wishes to grow. Thank you, Naren, Ryan, and Kasmi.
Hi, Madhya. Would you like to tell us a bit more about how coaching has affected you?
Hi, Salika. Good evening, everyone. Coaching for me is a part of an overall process of self-improvement as an individual, not only from a career perspective, but also from a personal point of view. As a CC, the biggest challenge I faced was not being able to plan my work within a time schedule. With many tasks in hand, I generally used to procrastinate for hours and end up delaying important tasks. I'm sure all of you would agree with me that somehow you feel an 8-hour slot is not enough for the daily milestones, especially when there is ad hoc tasks, client tickets, solutions, and naps to clear. We tend to put away the most time-consuming tasks like naps, which are important to be done last, and spend more time than required to do less important yet urgent work. We end up working late without producing results and never actually spend quality time with our family or even have enough time for ourselves. And even though I used to work 10 to 12 hours, there were not enough time that I even managed to meet most of my milestones. And then I started my HND in psychology and was involved in charity work as well, but I didn't have enough time to even do my studies. And that is when Kasmina's coaching program was introduced to me. And I was making errors because I was stressed. Then I decided to take up coaching with many questions in my head, not actually knowing what the program had to offer and skeptical about whether it could actually help me to improve the situation. I was wondering whether I would be wasting 1 hour a week. However, my first meeting with Kasmina resolved my doubts. We started with a friendly chat and she listened to me droning over all my frustration and time management issues. I will give you a few examples of how coaching actually helped me. Identifying strengths and weaknesses. We did a self-analysis to identify my strengths and weaknesses. I figured that I perform well in the morning. So my difficult tasks should be focused in the morning when my energy level was high. This way I was able to increase my productivity in the 8-hour time slot, so in return helped me to achieve my milestone. She helped me identify that I'm an effective speaker as well, so I focused my energy on calling clients and talking to them, and even after my emails were sent, this way I improved client relationships tremendously. Helping to define goals. What drives us to be successful is the burning desire inside us, and sometimes we need someone to keep reminding us to find out what our goals are. In the midst of the hectic workload, our goals can sometimes get lost. What I really love about the coaching is how Kasmina managed to identify my potential and highlight what I'm good at and mentored me to work towards it. I have drafted my goals for 2015 and started working towards them. For this year, my goal is 100% client retention and client satisfaction. Coaching is helping me to think from client's perspective and to understand first and then to be understood. So what I do different after coaching is I think with the end in mind. Today, before I handle a client task, I would identify the benefit it would create for him in the long-term goal and to finish the task first rather in terms of finishing the task to retain the client. Same applies to my personal goals as well. Creating a structured work plan. For example, clearing NAP is so important for the client rankings, but it is so time consuming, so I always ended up putting it off for the last because I somehow did not want to spend time before I could finish up the other tasks. Coaching helped me to draft a step-by-step plan on how to organize my work, personal commitments and goals starting from the second session onwards. We went through a list of tasks and goals which I complete in a month's time and categorized them and created a monthly plan how the task should be executed based on the urgency and importance of the tasks. I drafted a weekly plan according to the coach's guidelines. Once we did this, Kasmina set up a tracker with the list of the weekly to-dos. I know it is very difficult to plan a client's request, but we can plan the rest of the work like attending to client solutions, weekly updates, following up pendings, etc. I adjusted my tracker according to how the work progresses during the week. This way, I ensure my milestones were met, and Kasmina will be able to guide you better on how the plan exactly works when you sign up for the coaching. Reducing stress and boosting morale. Research has proven that you can effectively work for 45 minutes at a stretch. My coach has informed me that not only stress has rather emphasized to me that I should take a 5 minutes break every 120 minutes of work. Positivity is an effective tool that motivates you and encourages you to perform better, and I have seen an improvement personally. Redefining work and personal life. I'm happy to say though I still do work a little longer than my regular schedule. I managed to complete almost all my tasks on time. I'm not demotivated anymore because the coaching program gave me the confidence not to give up. Kasmina has pushed me to work on my personal goals and encouraged me out of home endeavors. With the little extra time in hand and motivation, I'm successfully getting more time for my studies and other social activities as well. Motivating others. Because I'm confident of my work today, I'm able to pass the message along to my colleagues and friends as work as well who face similar problems. I find time to speak to them and guide them when they face a similar crisis as well because I have been able to let to understand that a little boost is all you need to perform well as well. So one thing you need to know that Kasmina will not leave you alone even after the coaching is over. She constantly monitors you and checks on you whether you're consistent. So I strongly advise anyone who feels any kinds of issues to sign up for the coaching program. Thank you. Salika, over to you.
I just want to add a couple of quick thoughts. First of all, thanks Pradeep and thanks everyone for their comments. I just wanted to point out, like some of the points made in the last 10 minutes, coaching is different from person to person, right? So what one person needs might be different from what somebody else needs. And what Kasmina tries to do is to not tell you what to do, but really understand what you need depending on your role, depending on your challenges and your concerns, and then help you tackle them in a more effective way. So if coaching is working, you should have less stress, like the speakers mentioned. You should be able to work less hours. You should have more impact, right? So if those things are happening, that means coaching is working. And I believe in the beginning she will talk to you only 1 hour a week, and then later on even that will go down depending on how well you are doing. So this is really about you. It's like going to the gym and taking care of yourself. So, spend a little bit of time on yourself, on your improvement, on your growth, because that'll help your personal and your professional life and help you achieve and grow in the company as well. So I really, really recommend it. And so far, I've been very encouraged by the results. So take advantage of this opportunity and get the most out of it. And the people who have had coaching, I've seen a big improvement, and Pradeep and Madhya are testament to that. So I want to continue to encourage all of you to take advantage of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Naren, and thank you, Kazmina, Madhya, and Pradeep. As Busy Moms Equa begins new ventures as we move forward, we now have DCA and new businesses. I'm pleased to welcome Sajida, manager of DCA, to give us more details about the DCA venture. Hi, Sajida.
Hi, Sarika, and hi, everyone. Doctor's Choice Awards is a new venture we started last year in June 2014. It's a site dedicated to promoting reviews of doctors by doctors, and it was designed to help doctors fight back against negativity and influence the perception consumers have of medical professions. Initially, Doctor's Choice Awards was offered to only dentists in USA, and once we noticed a lot of enthusiasm in the dental industry, we called out for nominees in dermatology and plastic surgery as well. By then, we started getting a lot of inquiries from other countries. So we opened Doctor's Choice Awards to Canada recently. We are also hoping to go international very soon, because now we have doctors nominated from UK, Australia, India, Sri Lanka, and many more countries. The concept of Doctor's Choice Awards is very simple. Doctors go to the website, the DCA website, to rate and review their peers. Every doctor gets a customized profile page, and once they have a minimum of 3 reviews, they will receive a nominee badge that can be displayed on the doctor's website, social media, and other marketing materials. And based on the quantity and quality of the reviews, the national winners and city winners are selected every October. We gave away the first set of awards last year. We gave away trophies to the national winner and badges and certificates for the city winners. Actually, DC has made a lot of excitement in the medical industry, and you can also find a page dedicated to what doctors say about DCA on the website. That shows how much doctors love DCA for the recognition we have received. DCA was also offered free paid profiles, and we have a few of them on board as well, and some of them also won the City Award last year. And we also recently launched DCA for ophthalmology, and also planning to launch more verticals soon. And finally, it's even nice to see CCs from Equa sending us business for client profile corrections and net consistency. Anyways, we'll try to be perfect as much as possible with the profiles, and of course, we won't have to deal with reputation management with us, because doctors don't say bad about another doctor, so we won't have any bad reviews. So there's no flagging, no reporting, and that's it for DCA. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Sajita. Thank you, Sajita. Couple of quick comments. Doctor's Choice Awards is very different from Equa, right? Equa is a business where we do work on behalf of our clients, and they pay us based on the hours of work we do for them every month. So DCA, on the other hand, we are just providing the platform, and doctors do all the work. So I, as a doctor, has to ask other doctors who know me to write reviews. I, as a doctor, will take the badge that I get, whether it's a nominee badge or a winner badge, and use it on my website, on my social media. Also, other doctors are reviewing. So let's say you are a doctor and you ask me to do a review for you because I'm also a doctor. Now, I might be interested in having the same thing that you have, and I might request a profile on DCA. So DCA has been growing quite fast, and I believe we are close to 800 or 900 doctors at this time, with more than 1 up to 50 reviews each. So it is a different business, and the reason we are doing it is because we have Equa at the top end, which has around 200 clients. Now DCA currently has around 800 to 900 doctors with 1 review or more, and hopefully we'll have 10,000 or hopefully even 100,000 doctors with 1 review or more in the next few years. So it will really give us a base at the bottom where we have access to thousands or tens of thousands of doctors who all know who we are and who all have a relationship with us. And on top of that, in the long term, we might offer other products and services. For example, one product that we might offer, maybe this year is where doctors can refer each other patients, and maybe it's an app, and those people who want to get patients from other doctors might pay us a small fee for having that app. Currently, every doctor gets it free for 6 months, and thereafter they pay $89 a year. That's the business model currently. As the company grows, if you are finding opportunities, where you feel your strengths can be used in one area better than others, talk to HR, talk to whoever, and take advantage of it, right? We don't have a lot of openings for DCA because DCA is a pretty small team. But depending on your interest, you should always keep your eyes on everything that's going on in the company so you can benefit from all the opportunities presented.
Thank you, Sajida and Naren. Now I would like to welcome Zulifa, Project Manager of New Businesses, to tell us a bit more on the new businesses we are pursuing at Busy Moms Equa. Hi, Zulifa.
Hi, thank you, Salika. Hello, everyone. I will start with why we create new businesses. As a company, we need to survive and thrive. So new businesses also give employee engagement, and of course, it will increase our revenue and attract new markets. So how do we create new businesses? Once we get a great new idea, there is a lot of guesswork. The new ideas team creates a business canvas to help answer these guesses. They are the value propositions, that is to identify what businesses we are building and for whom, and guessing your customer segments and what channels we will use and how customer relationships will be built, and last, identifying our activities and resources. Once these are identified, we build around these. We create a task list with deadlines and launch and test the markets. When we see that a business is working, it is handed over to a team headed by a strong leader for its growth and maintenance, just like Doctor's Choice Awards. Current projects. We are currently working on 2 new ideas, mainly focusing on fans' choice. Here I'll give you a short concept of it. Fans' Choice celebrates businesses with raving fans. When Apple was about to go under in the late 90s, it is fans who kept Apple alive, and it is the same fans today that have made Apple the most profitable business of the industrial and information age. Fans will not only help businesses live but also prosper. From a large business to a small business, anyone can build a successful business by focusing on their fans. The other one is 10x Doctors, that is to provide ideas and tools for doctors to for their success tenfolds. That is, we are holding that for a short while. We also move rapidly, identifying businesses that would work and that will not work. If we feel that a project will not work, we stop work so that we can put our energies and efforts into something that will work. We also freeze ideas so that we can later tweak and develop it to products that we can market effectively. And the ideas team consists of Naren leading and guiding the team, myself, Natalia, Manori, and Lahiru. Thank you.
Yeah, I wanted to add a couple of things. So when we are creating a business, the biggest lesson we learned from Entrepreneur.MD is you don't know if it's going to work. So trying to make it work or forcing it to work usually is a bad idea. So usually you have to take an idea, try it, and see what happens in the marketplace. If clients love it, if it seems to work. And when we talk about work, there are 2 parts of deciding whether it works, right? Number 1 is, can we grow the business? Because if we can only have 1 client, then it doesn't matter how great the product is, it's not going to go anywhere. So that's one key piece of figuring out, is this going to work? The second piece is, do we feel the numbers are going to add up? Meaning, once the business is at a certain point, the amount of money we need to spend to acquire and keep clients, is that going to be less than the amount of money we'll make from those clients directly or indirectly. So what Zulaifa does, and Zulaifa is another example of somebody growing and taking on amazing responsibilities, is to guide that process. So we are making those decisions quickly, whether it's to continue or whether it's to kill or whether it's to change our assumptions and our view on the business. So Doctor's Choice Awards, when we first started it, it was supposed to be a regular awards website to support Entrepreneur.MD. So it was not even something that we really cared about. And the first version, people fill out an application form and other people would, vote on them, right? We didn't get a single doctor to fill out an application form. So instead of giving up or saying, this is a bad idea, we kind of pivoted, or we kind of changed our focus. So we said, okay, why don't we make it about doctors reviewing doctors, and we'll pick a winner based on the number of reviews. Pretty straightforward. And before we knew it, literally within a week or two, we knew we were onto something, because they were getting reviews, they were telling their friends, and it just kept growing and growing and growing. So the speed at which it started growing went from 2 doctors a week, and currently it's around 50 doctors a week, meaning who are getting their first review in the week, right? So the idea is that you don't really know if something is going to work till you try it, and then a lot of times you have to make tweaks. What you originally thought is how you should do something is not how it ends up being done. So you need a very open and a different mind, all about experimentation to join new projects. So once again, I want to thank Sajida and Zulaifa for taking on key opportunities and really important roles for us, and again, why I feel everybody should do that, and why everything we're talking about so far, all the way from the trackers that Ryan shared on how you can have an impact to the coaching program, are all essential in you growing as an individual and you really having an impact in the company and doing something you love.
Thank you, Zulaifa and Naren. Finally, I would like to welcome Manoshi, HR Manager, to give us an update on HR. Hi, Manoshi.
Hi, Salika. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. So basically I'd like to start with how you can get the most out of Busy Moms Echo. Right, so in terms of this, we will be talking about your growth. So there are 3 aspects: growth within the team, and then growing by taking advantages of other opportunities, and also we'll be talking about personal growth. Now, when I'm talking about growth within your team, what I'm talking about is basically broadening your horizons within the team. Now, there are so many things, so many career opportunities even within your team. So it's important that you find out how you can grow within the team. You can speak to your manager, you can discuss with us, right? So basically, you need to challenge yourself to learn new things, right? Challenge yourself to come out of your comfort zone, right? And you can always have a discussion with us, anybody in the HR team or even your manager, and we can come up with a career plan which would, sort of go with your interests. And one important thing here is that once we make a plan, we really need to make a commitment to implement the discussed plan. Because there's no point in talking about it or saying you want to do it. You just really need to commit yourself. So you can grow within your team this way. And also then we can also grow by taking advantages of other opportunities. Like Naren said, we are planning on growing, right? The company is planning on expanding, coming up with different businesses, right? So there will be great opportunities to grow beyond your current role. And you can even take on leadership roles, right? So as Kasmina said, and she's a resident coaching expert. So you can discuss your options, with Kasmina, and she will help you, identify your interests, your skills, and then you should be able to match your interests and skills with your future goals and objectives at Equa. And once that is done, we can have a discussion with the HR team, and we can really go forward and implement your career plans. Because we here at we in the HR team, we would really love to help you to achieve your potential, right? And we talked about growing within the team and taking advantage of other opportunities, but it's also equally important that we talk about personal growth, right? So we can't go where we want to go if we are going to be the same as we are today, right? So therefore, personal growth is going to be really important. We will need to evolve and change. Like, we will need to learn new things. So the staff can do this by using our free coaching services as well as our e-learning center for their personal growth.
Salika,
Hi, I think Manushi's line just dropped. I'll just give a minute till she comes back online.
okay. Or do you want to continue with your piece and then she can continue once you?
Oh, sure. Yeah. I think there's some connection there for her. So I will continue then. As all of you know, we have started social clubs in 2014 and continuing strong in 2015. We have primarily established these clubs for the purpose of fun for our staff. As we are a work from home company, we want to make sure that our staff gets FaceTime with each other, get to know fellow team members and the staff. Best of all, to network with other people with similar interests as you while building staff relationships among teams and other teams at Busy Moms Equa. At the moment, these clubs consist of the book club, the food club, travel club, community club, and the movie club. If any staff is interested in joining any of these clubs, we encourage you to do so. Please email the club directly with the email you see on the screen, or feel free to talk to Chamika in HR, and she'll be more than happy to give you the required details on how to join these clubs. Another way we want to bring our staff together is through our Facebook group. The purpose of our internal social media is for our staff to interact with everyone inside the company. This is a place where we can all share ideas, ask questions, exchange information, and appreciate our staff for their work, personal achievements, plus their work achievements, and everything in between. As we are a virtual company, we want to make sure that we build a strong culture at Busy Moms Equa. So please feel free to post and share, as this Facebook page is made for you, the staff. If you have not joined and would like to be part of our Facebook group, please contact me and we will get you on board in no time. And I am thinking that Manushi has not come back, probably connection issue at the moment.
Yeah, can you go back to those slides that Manoshi was supposed to talk about, the retaining employee slides? Let me kind of talk about it real quick, and then you can add anything, Salika, in the meantime.
Okay, sure.
Salika, can you share with us your thoughts on this retaining employees topic? Because I know there's a perception in the company that we do lose people, especially client coordinators and so forth. So I just wanted to kind of talk about that issue and kind of what's going on so everybody knows what's going on. If you can give us an update, Salika?
Yes, sure. Retaining employees, I think the current perception is that we have a low rate of retention at Busy Moms Equa, but in reality is that we do have a quite high retention rate, actually 89% for the year of 2014. Of course, we have had some challenges in web improvement teams, but it's mainly during the probation period. So staff who cannot adjust to the culture of our company and how we do things of course, tend to leave the company in the first 6 months of their career here at Busy Moms Equa. But as for the staff who are confirmed, in most cases, it is due to reasons, beyond control of the company. Example, migrating to foreign countries. So that is obviously something that cannot be controlled by Busy Moms Equa. So personally, and HR team also agrees that therefore we do a good job in retaining most of our valuable asset, which is basically our staff. And how we retain these good employees, the main thing is that we try to listen to our staff and get their feedback, as we do in our annual surveys. We introduce our new ventures for the benefit of our staff, such as the e-training center that we have launched along with our coaching program. So when we introduce ventures like that, of course, that will retain the dedicated and good employees with us at the company. We also have introduced policy targeting internal transfers and training which allows any staff member or manager to make the use of the above ventures and focus on career growth without any conflicts with the current work or job role. So please log in to the TMS for more information about the policies, or feel free to contact any of the HR team for more details on the new policy changes.
Thank you, Salika, for hosting this and also talking about HR. I know Manushi kind of lost her connection, so she hopefully she'll be joining us shortly. So Salika, what's next? Salika, do we have any questions? I think your mic is muted.
Yes, Naren, hi. As we reached the end of our town hall meeting, we will start our Q&A now. If anyone has any general questions for the presenters, please make sure you type it on Yahoo or on the event page, and we will be more than happy to answer any general questions that you may have today. So we'll give a few minutes to see if there's any questions from any of our staff who are listening in.
Ryan, anybody else in the room? Are there any questions you guys hear a lot of that you want to kind of talk about in this forum while we wait for questions from the team? If so, this might be a good chance to jump in and talk about those common questions we get.
Hello.
Yes, Ryan, go ahead.
Yeah, common questions wise, I mean, it is work related, most of the questions that come my way. But one thing I would want to point out is for a lot of staff do want to give out their suggestions. and the ideas, but they do not know how to do that. So I just want to point out that in your timesheets, in the left-hand side, you get a segment called Utilities, and within that you get a feature called Suggestions or Ideas. So you can easily give your suggestions, whether it's related to your own role, your career, how things are done, pretty much anything. It's an open forum. You can type in your submission, and that feedback I think goes into HR. So if you do have any suggestions or ideas or want to share feedback about something, you can definitely use the timesheet system to send in that feedback.
I think we have not got any questions so far, Naren, so maybe staff will have questions after they have had some time to think about it. So if there are any questions, I will definitely direct them to all the presenters today. Well, everyone, I think that concludes our town hall meeting for 2015. I would like to thank our CEO, Naren, along with Ryan, Kazmina, Manoshi, Sajida, Zulifa, Madhya, and Pradeep for taking part this evening. And thank you for all the staff who participated, and wish you all a great evening.
Thank you very much, everyone, and thank you, Salika, for hosting it. Yes, if you have any questions, please let Salika or the HR team know, and we'll get back to you with responses from the appropriate presenters today. Have a wonderful 2015, and once again, I want to thank everyone for a great 2014, and I believe we can really build from the base we built in 2014. So let's keep focusing, keep doing the things that will make a difference for us, and then hopefully also improve our personal lives, right? There's no point of life if the most important thing is it helps us be happier next year than we were last year, right? So always try to figure out how do we grow as individuals and people so we can be happier going forward.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.